Yo, what up, my people? Now, this is gonna be one of, you know, different videos or whatever the case is. It's mostly gonna be about business. You know what I'm saying? Definitely gonna be about business because that's something that we need to know. That's something that we need to understand. And I'm gonna give you guys a personal story of my business that I used to own recently. You know what I'm saying? So sit back, take a pen and a pencil, and learn, and hopefully you enjoy. All right. So franchises. What is a franchise and why you should invest in one? Well, a franchise is basically you're getting a business that's already established, a business that's already done the marketing, the legwork, is already set in stone, and you are basically opening up a new location with that business name. That's basically what it is. So instead of opening up a mom and pop shop of beauty or a mom and pop shop of shoes or whatever the case is, you already hooking up with a franchise like Foot Locker, Sephora, stuff like that already did the legwork. They're known for that type of industry, and you're just a franchisee who owns that location. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So that's basically what a franchise is in layman's terms. Now, how do you own a franchise? This is where it basically starts. Now, you need to do a lot of self-evaluation. What are you good at? That's basically it. What are you good at? Are you a good cook? Do you know everything about cooking? Do you know everything about beauty? Are you a beauty influencer or a beauty guru? People come to you for hair. What are you good at? That's something that you gotta, basically tell yourself. Or what industry are you most, how can I say, you most interested in, that basically everything, the ins and outs, like you're the expert in. You know what I mean? Like, are you an expert in computers? Are you an expert in being a car mechanic? Anything. What are you an expert in? That's the whole point of self-evaluation. Because once you do the self-evaluation of what you're good at, that's when you start looking for the type of franchise you should go after. For example, if you're really good in beauty and makeup and everything, Sephora will be your best bet. If you're a really crazy good car mechanic, then Pep Boys or some other known mechanic shop that has a franchise will be your best bet. If you're really good with computers, opening up a Best Buy will be your best bet. So what are you good at, and what type of franchise is your type of franchise based on the skills that you have? Now, it could go into anything like restaurants, clothes. You gotta research your franchise. Once you research your franchise, that's when you start getting a better outlook of what a franchise is looking for and what a franchise is and how it should be established, or how you should help it establish. You know what I'm saying? So you have to really look and research what your franchise is. Now, you already picked your franchise, you're good at, cooking, and you want to open up a Chipotle. Let's just say, right? Let's just say. Now you research what the franchise requirements are. Are you meeting the franchise requirements? Now, what some of the franchise requirements? Some of them might be a entry fee. Some of them are $10,000, $5,000. Some of them are $250,000. Some of them are $1 million. Like McDonald's, for example, it goes between $1 million to $2 million just to walk into the door, just to open up a franchise. It costs money, and no worries, I will definitely explain everything about the money part of it. What are the requirements for the franchise? You got to really look that up. Do you have also business history? That's something that the franchise will also look at. Because not only Are you looking for the franchise that you're going to be investing in? They're looking at you because they're going to also put in their money, their name, their brand on your shoulders. So are you going to be a good representation? That's what they're going to be looking at. You know, do you have a business plan? That's another thing that they will also look at. You know, also, once you establish the franchise that you want, you already, establish a good relationship between you and the franchise that you want. Ask for the FDD, franchise disclosure document. This FDD will show you everything of the franchise, from how much do they make each quarter, how much do they make a year, to the point where what kind of location they have, and what location also makes in a lot of money. This is very, very, very important. What I did was ask for the FDD for 3 years. I asked for that because they go, so if it's 2020 now, they will give you the FDD of last year, 2019, because they go by quarter, first quarter, second, third, fourth. The way I do it, I ask for all three. Give me all 3 years, 19, 18, and 17. I want to see each quarter how much they made, what location was the best profitable, so I could make a best assessment. You know what I'm saying? So ask for the FDD, and they will probably give it to you in percentages and stuff, but try to see if you could get by the raw numbers. Raw numbers will definitely help out a lot. You know what I'm saying? They'll definitely help out a lot. Also, call other franchisees part of the FDD. Remember, when you start looking for the FDD and you start looking for other locations, you could also have the information of other franchise owners on that area and just ask them, hey, how is everything going? Because I'm planning on becoming a franchisee. I'm opening up a franchise. What are the things I should look for? What are the things I should really talk to? Who I should talk to? What should I really be focusing on? Ask questions. Ask questions. Now, once you do all of that and you got the FDD and all that other stuff, finance analysis. Ask for the P&L. What is the P&L? Profit and loss statement. That's what a P&L is. You compare the P&L with the FDD. You compare them side by side, and that will also give you a larger look of your franchise that you just, basically that you just said, okay, I'm gonna give you my time, my energy. You know what I'm saying? So that's what a P&L is. So look at both numbers, look at both sheets. Like I said, most of these P&Ls are gonna come in percentages. Try to see if you could get raw numbers. You know what I'm saying? Now, you guys might be asking, well, I don't got $10,000 to invest. I don't got $20,000. Now, this is the good thing about being a minority. Remember, this is the good thing about being a minority, because the federal government gives small business loaners or minority or people who want a franchisee or whatever with a business plan. They will give you our money. They could go from $20,000 to $50,000 depending on what you are going for and what are you looking for. Also, all these banks have a lot of minority incentives, meaning they like to give out a lot of loans to minority people who have a business plan, who will open up a business. And mind you, you could literally go from Chase Bank to Wells Fargo to Bank of America getting all these loans. Mind you, you got to pay them back, but there is not a cap on how much you could get from a loan from these banks. The thing is, how much can you get in order to get yourself into the door? Because not only would it cost you money to go into this franchise, startup fee. Let's say Chipotle, it's $10,000. Okay, you got two loans for $5,000 and $5,000 from two banks, right? Now you got, okay, here's your $10,000. They're gonna look at you like, okay, thank you. You got more work to do. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta find a place, and you have to pay for construction. You have to pay, so it takes a lot. So you have to have your business plan in order. You have to have your business plan in order. And once you have your business plan in order, you know the estimate of how much you should get, how much you should spend, and what the franchise is going to actually pay up front. You know what I'm saying? And all of that is going to be on the contract, but I'm going to get to that in a little bit. But that's what you should do. Once your business plan is already made and you already got all the estimates of everything, go get yourself a loan. Go get yourself a loan and ask for a high amount, $500K. Yep, I'm in Chase Bank. Here's my business plan. I'm getting a franchise. This is the upstart, sign-in fee, or the upstart cost fee, and this is how much it's gonna be costing for a development. Here, I need $500K. You know what I'm saying? And they'll work with you. And then guess what? You go to the federal government, and they just giving this money away. It's not a loan. The federal government would just give it away because you're gonna pay it back in taxes. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna pay it back in taxes. So this is something we have to understand. A lot of people, we don't know that. You know what I'm saying? But the federal government will actually help you out. Now that's finance analysis. Now, buying the franchise. Now this is how it's gonna really go, right? Once you establish everything and you bought in your time, you already bought the fee for the franchise, there's gonna be a discovery day. That means they're gonna fly you to their headquarters and prep you up, in a private jet and all that other stuff, They're gonna have other franchise people come in, talk to you, saying, "Oh my God, I did great! Now I'm a billionaire!" Blah blah blah, and all this other stuff. It's basically just to fluff you up and stuff, So it's a whole day. This whole thing is gonna take a whole day because you're gonna meet the president of the company, then you're gonna meet the vice president, then because they're gonna still fill you out. They still want to fill you out, and you also gotta fill them out. So it's a whole presentation day, everything that you're gonna go there. You're probably gonna learn how the coal company started off from a little farm out in the wilderness. You know what I'm saying? So it's just gonna be a whole day. Now here's where it gets very, very important, because after that, the next day is gonna be the franchise agreement. What does that mean? That means it's a contract discussion. The contract discussion and the contract signing. That does not mean you have to sign that day. Mind you, they will give you a lawyer. This is their lawyer. Do not take it. Mind you, you already got a loan. Pay for your own lawyer. Fly your own lawyer out that day. Hey, everybody else is getting flown. Shit, hey. Yo, Miguel, you want to come with me, bro? Let's go. You know what I'm saying? So pay for your own business lawyer. He knows everything. Trust me. Get a good business lawyer with some good rep. Once you get that, once the contract comes in, don't even read it. Give it to your lawyer. All right, what are they saying? Oh, word? They're gonna 360 me? Okay. Nah, that's not gonna happen. So you already have, mind you already talked to your lawyer. You already have a lot of refinements and a lot of demands that you already have to basically rough draft the whole contract out and say, well, we want this. You know what I mean? Because the whole point of a contract is to negotiate. They're gonna, these franchises are still gonna try to screw you over, because at the end of the day, they're gonna try to make more money out of you. Another thing that you have to watch out for. Another thing that you have to watch out for is every part of the agreement is in the same boat. So every person that's part of the agreement is in the same boat until, that fine print. You just gotta really look out for the fine print. What is what are the fees? You gotta look out for that. What are the fees? Because what they'll try to do, their franchises have 3 type of fees. All right, the buy-in fee, the royalty percentage fee, and the franchise fee. Now, a lot of franchises, they don't have a franchise fee, and you're like, oh shit, that's pretty cool. They don't have a franchise fee. Wrong. They combine the franchise fee and the buy-in fee together. That's how they do it. They combine it together. So when you're thinking, oh, the franchise buy-in fee is $10,000, well, you already spent another $5 because that was a franchise fee. You know what I'm saying? So what a franchise fee also is paying them every month just for having their name up. That's it. That's for having their name up, and this is the cost to make. This is the cost of business. You know what I'm saying? So if the franchise fee is, I don't know, let's say $1,000 a month, right? $1,000 a month. On top of that, your royalty percentage fees, meaning you have all their equipment, all their stuff out in display, and you're just running their location. You know what I mean? Even though you bought in and all that, the royalty percentage fee, it could be different. It could be capped, or it could be actually a fluctual based on income. Now, what does that mean? Now, the royalty percentage fluctual base means the more money you make, the more percentage they'll get every month. If the percentage of royalty is capped to 10%, that means for a whole month, let's just say you make $10,000 a month. Let's just say that 1 month, January, you make $10,000. 10% of that, it's only $1,000. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? That's it. It's only 10%. It's only 10%. That's it. Next month, you make $20,000 a month. Okay, here you go. It's $2,000. You know what I mean? That's it. The fluctual based on income. That's what people got to really, look out for, because the more money you make. So let's say one month you make $10,000. Okay, the percentage is only 10%. That's cool. Next month you make $20,000. The percentage that is 13%. What? And then the next month you make $50,000. Why is the percentage 15%? You know what I'm saying? So the more money you make, the more money they will get out of that royalty percentage. So that's really something you got to really look out for. Make sure it's a capped percentage and talk what that percentage might be. Is it 10? Is it 15? Is it 20? You know what I'm saying? So really talk about what that percentage is, and talk about what the franchise fee is if they do have a franchise fee, because you got to pay them every month. You know what I'm saying? So see what that franchise fee is. Now, let's say I want to get a location. Now, this is a little tricky, because site location, they can give you one. They could have literally one that was run down or whatever the case is. They'll just fix it up and say, here you go, here's this location, and you have no leverage. Basically, this is gonna be brutally honest. Every franchise that you try to get into or you own or whatever, at any moment they could shut you down. At any moment, no matter what, you have to meet their requirements of gross revenue. You know what I mean? So if you're buying a location, make sure you buy it. Make sure it's yours, not something that they gave you. If that's something that you want, then okay, that's cool. There's still perks on that, but you got to remember, make sure you buy that location. You know what I'm saying? So be in mind, the franchise is gonna have what their location is in mind, and what type of income is gonna be coming into it, because they're gonna have their own layout. So you gotta make sure you get a good contractor, a good architect, and let the franchisors give you their plan layout, what it needs to be. You talk to your architect and your contractor saying, this is what I need you to bang out in 3 months. You know what I'm saying? The floors needs to be like this, it needs to be like that, or whatever the case is, So make sure you guys do that first. Also, not first, but make sure you guys do that. If you guys do buy your own location, because that costs money, the bank will help you out with that. But make sure you get, the franchisors, my fault, the franchisors, approval of how the site needs to be looking like. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing. Now, real estate transactions. This is another one. Real estate transaction. Are you buying? Are you leasing? A lot of people like to lease. A lot of people like to buy. So which one are you going to do? A lot of franchises, have letters of requirements of what they need from their franchises to buy or to lease or whatever. But, what is the lease agreement? What are you going to be, what is your cap? How long are you going to be there? What location is it? Did you buy just a property? Did you buy the land? These are the things you have to know. Is your franchise business in a mall? That means you don't have to buy it whatsoever. There's no front cost. That means you could just move in with the lease agreement of the mall. So these are the things that you have to, think about. You know what I mean? Now, this is going to be something that it might be related, might not be related, who knows? But these are the things like building, the franchising, giving the design requirements, right? You have to talk to the city council and the city board, city inspector, and all these other people that need to come in to open up your spot. Now, why do you need to talk to the city board? Because they will let you know if they even want you around. You can do all of this. You could do all of this construction, all that. That's great. That's cool. Our town don't want you here. You know what I mean? So you have to talk to them. So they could be like, oh, we don't want you here. But you have to talk to them. You got to. Because they will give you the approval and all the zoning permits and everything needed for you to complete your business. You know what I'm saying? They will do all of that. Now, the city inspections, they will come in and let you know about fire hazards and all this other stuff. It's just a couple of hours type of thing. It is what it is. But now you have a opening spot. Now, okay, everything is done. You did everything. Opening. Now a grand opening is you're going to have a soft opening. What you need to do is, you invite your friends, your family, everybody just for a little celebration, saying this is my thing. And you invite everybody that helped you, your lawyer, the contractors, the architect, the parts of the city board, you invite everyone, because once you invite everyone, they start, spreading the word around. Wow, this is a really nice place. This and this and this. That's pretty cool. Blah, 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 blah. And all this other stuff. Now, you're not done. You're not done, because now your business is up. Your business is thriving. Now is maintenance. How are you going to maintain your business? How are you going to do it? First of all, the hardest you'll ever work is working on your own job. You know what I mean? Working in your own business. That's the hardest you'll ever work. Trust me. Now you got to keep everything logged. Make sure you get a good computer program that calculates everything that you spend, all the receipts, digital or physical, and hopefully that program that you guys get, calculates all the taxes that you're going to have to spend at the end of the day Also payroll. Make sure your payroll's in order. Make sure you get a good accountant. Make sure all of this is already, done. Do your own promotion. Sometimes you need to do your own promotion. Sometimes you don't. The franchise will take care of that. You know what I mean? But sometimes, in order to get more customers in, sometimes we're gonna break the rules a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we gotta break the rules. Also, the inspections is gonna be happening from the city, and from the franchise bosses, but they never do. If your numbers are right and you're exceeding profit margins, then you're fine. They're never gonna come. But the city's gonna come and they'll let you know ahead of time. Hey, listen, we're just gonna come. Just all you gotta do is just keep doing you. Everything is safe. There's no fire hazards. Everything's fine. You know what I mean? But as long as you are over exceeding your profit margins, everything is fine. Your franchise is gonna send you profit margins that they expect you to hit every month. Let's just say for the month of November. No, actually, for the month of July. It's summer. Okay, we expect you to hit, I don't know, let's just say $20,000 a month, right? For that whole month, $20,000, right? Because it's a slow season or whatever, and you make 30. Okay, cool. That's what's up. You know what I mean? For December, we expect you to hit $50,000 a month, and you actually do 100. Even better. That's what over exceeding your profit margins is. What are you doing? What are you doing different? Is our method working? And you'll be perfectly blunt. No, your method isn't working because I tried it and I'm doing my own thing and this is what it is. That also needs to be written in your contract. How much freedom do you have to innovate? Because remember, at the end of the day, this is your business and your name is on the line and you have to do what you have to do. Now, I said I was going to give you guys a personal story, and I am. All right, so this is the part. This is the part of the personal story, okay? So, a couple of years ago, until recently, I owned my own gym with a partner of mine, Jewish guy, real cool. We owned 24-hour fitness at New Jersey, in one of these up in the Richie Rich, very high class residential area around Mawa or Ramsey, around there. You know what I mean? I don't want to give the exact location, but whatever. I'm not there anymore. So I got a franchise. I couldn't do it by myself because I didn't have franchise experience or more business experience. So I hooked up with my boy, a Jewish dude. He got money. I hooked up with him, and that gave us the green light. Me and him, we formed the LLC in order for our partnership to be official, and signed in with the dotted line, that LLC owning the gym that I had, and I had that gym for years. I made sure my contract was done right. I had control and full freedom to do whatever, and I broke the rules of the gym all the time. That's why I overexceeded my profit margins. I made sure I eliminated dumbass rules like you can't slam weights. What? No. Fuck out of here. I took equipment out. I made sure hardcore equipment was there. I got boarded up floors. Make sure we had a powerlifting section. I made sure that the deadlifting section was a real deadlifting section. I put in more bench presses. Took out most of the machines that was bullshit. Put in more hardcore heavyweight machines. Had a lot of cardio machines. Made sure those cardio machines actually worked. And I always put in pressure to make sure everything was great. You know what I'm saying? Now, every business, no matter what, every business went through BS because of this whole coronavirus thing, right? Every business went through this whole coronavirus thing. Yeah, I got a little bit of haters talking about, oh, your gym is in bankruptcy. Listen, the company had to go to bankruptcy by itself. It had to. So that means because I'm a franchisor, I had to file for bankruptcy because that was my section. It will look bad if the whole company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy and I didn't. That means I was expected to dish out all this money and I was in bankrupt. Duh. You know what I mean? Come on. And you got some of these stupid ass motherfuckers, you know, whatever. But that's what happened, right? So obviously, coronavirus really messed us up. You know, I was paying my employees out of pocket, and everything was going basically hell in a handbasket. To the point where locations started to fall. Locations started to close, and I was stressing. Oh man, am I gonna be next? Oh my God, no! But because I always overexceeded my profit margins and I always made sure my stuff was done correctly, I had two options. This is what the company told me. I had two options. Option one was work with them, they buy me out, and that's it. You know? Option two, they buy me out completely, meaning they buy me out, they pay for the time that I worked there, that I've, made sure everything was good. They pay for the land that I owned, meaning I had to transfer it to them. They had to pay out everything. That's what happened. That's what it is. In reality, I had three choices, but one of the choices was wait out this whole coronavirus until the city tell us to open back up. That wasn't going to happen. So, clock was ticking. One thing that my lawyer found was if I worked with them and I got bought out, guess what? I could get fired at any time. Any time. I will no longer be an owner. I'll be the employee. I could get fired at any time, and all that money that they bought me out, I had to pay back. So that was a loophole. And I'm like, nah. Guess what I did? I got bought out. I just said, okay, cool. Buy me out, and for all the 5 years that I was here, that I own my stuff, buy me out, and also the land. And the great thing about that is the value of the land went up because people from the city started moving out of the city and moving to the suburbs. Who would have thought? And now the value went up, and all of this started happening, about that same time. So I'm like, okay, cool. Buy me out. So they bought me out. Basically, I got more money back than I initially invested. It's insane. Right now I could literally chill for a whole year until I figure out what I want to do. And if I don't, I'm straight. I'm still straight. I'm still straight. But this is a perfect example of owning your own stuff. If something like this happens, obviously these pandemics happen every 100 years, so don't worry about it. But owning your own stuff is very, very important. So, look at maybe owning your land. You know what I'm saying? If something like this happens, you could get bought out. You know what I mean? They have to pay for it. Also, make sure your contract is really, set right. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys enjoyed the personal story. And I'm going to catch y'all later, all right? Peace.